Ogun TV to get more of our programs. Thank you for watching World of Art. We will be back after this break. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying tuned. You're still watching World of Art on OGTV. This program is brought to you by Prince Yamisi Shilon, legal practitioner, Africa's largest private art collector, Grand Donor and Chairman of Council, Yamisi Shilon Museum of Art. Today on the program, we're being joined by another visual artist. He goes by the name SOTUNYE Jumbo. Did I get that name correctly?
Yes.
I tried so much to not miss that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too for having me.
Yes, I see your work, very beautiful, amazing work you have here, and it's one of a kind. To be honest, I'm not sure I told you, I've never seen anything like this before. You know, we've seen different forms of art, the paintings, sculptures, textiles, and all of that, but this is very unique, and we're going to talk about it. But let's start our conversation by building a basis. You know, how does it feel like to be an artist? For those who don't know what it feels like, tell us.
It feels great. I feel so blessed that I would be able to wake up and create another reality just being in my studio. So it feels like a dream for me, like just being an artist and just doing what you love and making a living out of it.
So when you say you just wake up and to do something beyond the ordinary, what is it like? Do you have a time where you sit down to think? Do you get an inspiration from somewhere? Is there one man somewhere that is telling you how to draw these things or make these things come to reality?
So for me, inspiration can come from anywhere, from music, from people I have conversations with, and just from my environment, and sometimes from my dreams. So
dreams?
Yes.
Okay.
So inspiration it's everywhere for me.
Oh, that's interesting. So let's get into details. How long have you been in this career?
6 years professionally, 6 years, but I've been doing art my whole life. Yeah.
Okay, so take us through it. How did it start for you?
For me, it's I knew I had the talent from the onset, but it was all about knowing that your talent has value and pursuing it, going for the proper trainings and just building yourself from what you know you have, like the talent you know you have. So that's how my art started, my art journey started.
So some people have this talent, and alongside the talents, I don't know if they misplaced the talent, or some people just had it one time and fast forward to years later it was nowhere to be found. You know, for you, you always knew you had the talent, and years later you still have it and you are doing it. How did that happen?
So one thing with that, it's when you lose confidence, when you don't know what you have, that's when you lose it. You start chasing other things instead of focusing on what you have already. So that would have happened to me, but my talent was so strong and I believed in myself so much that it couldn't. Anything I do, everything I do was art. So there's no way it could happen. Yeah.
Would you say you were all it took to bring you this far? Because I know it takes a community to make some dreams reality. So what was it for you?
It took God's grace for me to get this far, because even with me believing in myself, there are some times that I doubted myself. I know that there are some people that are talented, but at the end of the day, they don't become successful. It's not because they weren't talented or they were not hardworking, but it's by the grace of God. So I would say it's by the grace of God that it took me through the path that I went through to get me to this point. So it's all been fun, and
I like the fact that you mentioned fun, because when you're doing all of this, if you do not find a place called fun in between, it can get very boring and stressful at the same time. Now, I think the next question will be, before now, I've known a lot of people create name for an expression at which their artwork implies. So, for instance, they had their inspiration from anything, and there's no name that has existed before now to title the work or the means or medium of expression. They just give it a name. I've seen people mention Afroism, Jujuism, just fun names just to create an identity. And for your work, I think there's just something different about it. So let's talk about your mode of expression in your artwork. What makes it, okay, let's talk about the mode before, what makes it unique?
Okay, I work in different mediums. I use different techniques, but recently, for the past, from 2019, I've been doing a series of work called the Radiohead series. Those are Afro-futuristic paintings and drawings. So those are one aspect of my art. Then I also do like landscape paintings, which are called like plein air paintings. Yeah, so there are so many dimensions and so many faces of my artworks.
These are your photos on the screen. Before now we had the Radiohead. That's it.
Yeah, Radiohead.
What's Radiohead all about? It literally looks like Radiohead actually. What was it really about?
Radiohead is the idea. I first conceived the idea in 2019 during my NYC program at Prince Yemishi Shillong's foundation. So I thank him very much because he gave me the platform to sit back and work on myself and work on my talent and ask myself, what do I want to project, what do I want people to know me for. So the Radiohead series is kind of an identity for me, to me discovering myself and telling my people this is what I love. I love music so much, and I try to bring the music and arts together to tell my story. So the Radiohead talks about mental health. It talks about the challenges and struggles we go through day in, day out, that we can't really tell someone, but it's just running in our...
You're trying to say that your name should be like the first thing that should come to the mind of everyone. Have you had to cross-check to see if there's anyone who's done that before now, or it's just you?
Yeah, so one thing I know for sure is no idea is unique to like an individual. So someone might conceive the same idea in Asia, Europe, but I don't think anyone is doing it as I am doing it, because I'm focusing on the Radiohead and I'm trying to bring out like deeper meanings, what it means, and yes, and that's the Radiohead for me. I won't say it's unique to just me. Yeah.
I'm going to ask, how long does it take to make a piece of Radiohead? I mean, we're going to get one with us in the studio right now to display on the screen, and it's quite big. It's not like just it's looking like on the screen right now. I have this particular one I am very, very much attracted to, maybe because of the colors, but I like it. So how long does it take to make something like this? Does it cost take a fortune? Let's not talk about the cost now.
Yes, so in some pieces, like this one took me like 2 weeks to make it. So in some pieces it takes like a year, some 2 years, some 3 years, yes.
Wow.
But this took me 2 weeks. This took me 2 weeks to make.
So take us through the process. What did you use in the paintings? Yeah, what were your mixtures kind of?
So I start with a light pencil sketch of the image, and once I know that this is what I want the image to look like, I go in and use watercolor and paint over it, and then use ink to define the shapes and the forms and make it so intricate as you're saying.
Well, when you say watercolor, is it like the watercolor,
Yes.
Wow. That's interesting. A lot of people have to go through a lot of expensive materials. Let's talk about getting these materials and making this work. The economy is crying every day. So what was it like for you getting these materials? Is there still something you could get, close by without having to stress? And if so, did you choose that for yourself because it would be easier to get?
Yeah, it's very easy to get the watercolor papers. These are Winsor and Newton watercolor papers. It's very easy. The ink, it's very easy, and I can take it, travel with it wherever I'm going to. So it's portable too. This particular medium, and so it's possible too, and I can easily find it in any art shop I go to.
Okay, interesting. So who are your clients, for instance? Who are those people you think could patronize your work? Is it everyone in the society, or do you have some target audience? Do you have some audience that you wish to patronize your kind of work?
My collectors are basically, I can't really point, but these are my collectors, like people who do a certain thing. It's my collector. But what I've noticed from the past, if you like fashion, you like my art. If you're creative, you like my art. If you're just, everybody loves my art. So yeah.
I have a cup here, or we have a cup here. It has the Radiohead series. A photo of it. That means all of this, your work doesn't just end in the hard copy here. You also go as far as putting them on merchandise. So let's talk about that.
Yes, so it does not just stop by putting your artworks on canvas and papers. You could put them on mugs like this, on t-shirts like what I'm putting on.
Yeah, you have
on
one
t-shirts, phone cases, jugs, flags, just name it. It's creativity. It holds no bound.
So what do you see of this particular line for you in the nearest future? I mean, there's have to be competition with NFT. A lot of young people are scared. There's AI. It feels like, there's something else that's going to come grab my work and all of that. Do you believe that?
No. For the AI, I don't think it's going to take the artist's place. It's just a tool which anybody can use. So if you're an artist, better, you know how to use the tool, and you work on yourself and work on how to use the tool. Yes. So for instance, if I'm using AI to make artworks, you're going to tell the difference. You're going to know this is SOTUNYE's Jumbo's work. It's not AI. It's, you see me in the, you see me in the work. So I think some of the AI works you're seeing, they were not done by artists, but when you see a work that is done by an artist with AI, you definitely know that this is the artist and it's not. So AI is just a tool, just like the paintbrush.
So artists should not be scared, rather they should just stick.
That's all. It makes the work easier.
Okay, let's talk about you. Your profile says you're from Biafra?
No, from River State.
River State, yeah. And has that place where you come from have an influence in your work of art growing up?
Yes, because there are some pieces that I created that talks about the culture of where I'm coming from, because subconsciously you absorb those informations without knowing it.
Yep.
And when you get to express yourself, it shows on your work. So for instance, some of my works, you see like cultural attires. Those are from my where I'm from, River State, the job, the way they dress. You see like 80 balls, beads around the neck. So those are things that reflect on my work.
I have one like that on the screen. So you think this really is necessary for an artist? I mean, we have artists watching right now. We have young artists watching, aspiring artists, and even professionals who have been in the game for the longest. And I know people like you can be source of inspiration, especially to young and aspiring artists. So I'm just going to let you use your story to motivate those watching, particularly for those who have not been able to find a niche, kind of in art. For you, you had to think, to do the research, to focus on this Radiohead thing, which is a very good identity for you. And I think with your story, you kind of mixed, you arrived at this particular thing through your passion. You love music and all of that. So what would you want for people watching here to help grab them? So
I would say the advice I would give myself back then, because growing up as an artist, I was always asking myself, why is it that I can do like so many things? I could paint with acrylic, I could paint with oil colors, I could do landscape paintings, why is it that most artists choose to pick one medium and one subject matter to work on?
All right, let's take this call. Thank you, Rukaya, for joining us. Rukaya, could you please speak louder?
What?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you for joining us. Are you there? I think we lost the call. Please call us back, and you know the right thing to do. Turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear you clearly. Yes, if you could advise yourself in way back.
Yes, pick a medium, pick a team, just stick to it and work on that. Let people know you for that. Instead of moving from one medium to another, one team to another, it would be very hard for your clients, your fans, the people that love your work to be able to follow you if you're not sticking to one medium or one
so for
team.
you are about to explore those ones before you arrived at okay.
So arriving at the Radiohead series, it was easy for people to say, that's SOTUNYE Jumbo's work. And that's it. So it helped in my growth as an artist.
So before then you had to do a lot of scouting?
Yeah, I'm still doing it, but I'm not putting it out there, like trying different new things, but I'm not putting it out there. It's just for my own enjoyment only. I do it in the studio and it remains in the studio. Yeah, but what I'm pushing out there, it's the Radiohead series and pushing it, exhibition.
All right, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the program today. Thank you for bringing your amazing work. I'm sure this is an inspiration to a lot of people. Radiohead series is here and it's here to stay. So if you see this out there, just know we've had SOTUNYE Jumbo here. Yeah, and the works are amazing. And what's the best way to reach you, your social media handles?
Okay, on Instagram, my handle is SOTYJ. SOTUNYE.
Okay, there you have it. This is where we bring you artists, and together we explore the importance there is to visual arts in our everyday lives. If you have seen this program from the very beginning, you know that it has been an incredible time, I beg your pardon, on the program today. My name is Miriam Usman. This program is brought to you by Prince Yemisi Shilan, legal practitioner, Africa's largest private art collector, grand donor and chairman of Council, Yemisi Shilan Museum of Art. I'll see you next week where I bring you another guest. Until then, art is life. Bye for now.